Good morning. I thought I would come on this morning with a little seasonal message. It's another one of those periods of time that has so much power behind it, and we feel it even if we don't know what's going on. And this period of time, the last couple of days, I think it's sunset yesterday to sunset today, 1st of February to 2nd of February, is a period of time called Imbolc, Imbolc, for any of you that want to research it. And this is a sacred period of time that marks the midway point between winter solstice and spring equinox. And the kind of feeling of it is that stirring beneath the surface where things are starting to awaken. It's that reintroduction from darkness to light. We're not quite awake yet, but things are stirring. And I think a lot of people feel like, right, January is such a seemingly dark month, right? We feel the heaviness of it, and it's, long, and we get to February and we're like, yes. And there's a reason for feeling that. However, there's also a sense to push forward at pace right now, because we're out of that dark period and we're kind of stormy. We want to storm towards spring, but this period of time is going to create a little bit of resistance for that if you try and push too hard. And imagine that feeling that you have when you wake up in the morning, that lovely feeling where you're not quite awake but you're not asleep and you're starting to stir. You want to stay in that time, in that liminal space between dark and light for as long as possible to ease yourself back in. But it's also aligned with a Leo full moon yesterday, which is the last full moon in this lunar cycle, and which means that the next new moon, which is on the 17th of February, is the first new moon, first day of the Lunar New Year, and the first day of us moving into the year of the fire horse. So what that is going to call for, that's going to bring pace. So when we move into that new year, that's going to bring pace. Now, we've moved out of the year of the snake, which is all about shedding, releasing, and symbolically as well, we moved out of a year 9 numerologically, which is also about endings and sort of preparation for new beginnings. So there's this period of time, this next few weeks for February, next couple of weeks for the Lunar New Year particularly, it's really is about focusing on what's left to release, to allow what's ready to come through, to fully bloom as, big and bold and brightly as it possibly can. And this is so aligned in every way, whether you're approaching this from a personal perspective or a business perspective, right? So think about, what are those stirrings, but what are the things that we can what are the final things that we can let go of to fully allow that growth to be as huge as it can? Because the year of the fire horse is going to be interesting. If you're not ready for it, you're going to be dragged along by this horse. And you can choose. You can either be prepared and be taking the reins and, going in the right direction with purpose, or you can be dragged behind. Either way, that pace is going to be there, and that horse is going to be running in a direction. So that's my sort of message for today, is to, again, honour the sort of sacred seasons and periods of time within our Lunar New Year, our typical New Year.